Hello guys, welcome back to another Disney Pixar Cars Diecast review, and today we'll be reviewing Ernie Gearson, the Cars 3 version of him, to be more specific, from Cars 3. So, as you know, I've been catching up on reviews that I've been procrastinating on for far too long, and Ernie is one of the last ones I have to do. I got him off Vinted, I think together with Toga Gremlin and Pete Pacer, funnily enough. Got them in a bundle, I believe. So yeah, one of the ones I got recently. I'm very happy to have in my collection, because one of the few, he was one of the few Cars 3 stock cars from 2017, at least in the singles line, that I was missing. And the last one was Phil Tankson, which I recently got as well. But this, we're doing this in chronological order of what I got when. So, you know, his review will be a little while later. So, this is the Cars 3 version of Ernie Gearson. According to the Diecast name tag, this is Ernie Gearson from Cars 1 to Cars 3. So he must have been racing for a very long time then, because his Meet the Cars bio says that he's been racing since like the 50s, 60s, 80s actually. I think it was the 80s. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't think that was Pixar's intention when they made the model. Probably just thought of him as a background racer, but of course Mattel is usually the ones that gives a name to these diecasts, so, you know, adding a bit of lore there. Personally, I don't really buy it, especially considering the model difference. Like, I think it would have been more suited if they had someone like Aiken Axler. A bit the same from Cars 1 to Cars 3, but, you know, it is what it is. Still nice lore nonetheless. He was released at the end of 2017, alongside cars like Herb Kerbler, Ed Trunken, Phil Tankson, as I mentioned, Terry Cargas. And I believe he was released in a multi-pack. I think that's the one where with Dan Garcia and Bruce Miller. And I think he was released in another with Bobby Rotesta. Or I could be getting those mixed up and he was only released in the one with Bobby Rotesta. I'm just going off the top of my head here. So that's his history. Let's get into the diecast itself. So unlike other Cars 3 stock cars, it's a very scared expression. He's not determined by any means, which adds a bit of uniqueness, you know. I really love the dark blue here as well. It's a very nice shade. And then it segues into this really nice light blue as well, which I really love. The Spearmint logo on the hood is a little different from the Cars 1 version. But it's quite similar, in the sense of like tyres going through the leaves. It's very unique though, I really like it. On the hood you've got 93 covered by a leaf, similar to the Cars 1 version. And then similar to the Cars 1 version again, but it's more prominent, there's a leaf there. But yep, again, it's like what I was talking about in the Cars 3 Ralph Kahler review. They update the design in very interesting ways. Got white rims and the Lightyear text on the tyres and the fender. His contingency sponsors, read Piston Cup, Vital Lane, Revolting, RPM, Nitrade, Octane, and Clutch Aid. You've got an indicator where the pit crews are supposed to pick him up. Love this light blue that it's contrasted against the leaf. It's really nice. I really like it. Definitely one of my favourite Cars 3 stock cars, and definitely the best Spearmint racer, if you ask me. Especially when we'll get to compare Nick Shifter, his replacement, later. And in the movie, he was just a background racer, you know, didn't say anything. He was replaced, one of the ones that was early on replaced, I think it was midway through, actually, by Nick Shift. And I always thought for the longest time, like Nick Shift was the Florida 500 debuter, but no, he wasn't. He debuted a bit earlier on. Of course, you've got on the back the headlights. I meant the rear lights. Sorry, a Spearmint logo and a leaf again. Really lovely design. Definitely the best Spearmint design as well, because the one in Cars 1, like, it has its charm, but it's very basic. And I think it being a different shade of blue to it is in the movie, which is a much lighter blue, doesn't help. You get to Nick Shift, and like the design is a lot more simplistic. It's just all solid blue now. There's no green. And in the movie, Nick is like this metallic blue, which I think would, if it was like this on the diecast, I would like him a lot more. But he isn't. He's just this weird, very drowned out blue, and I really don't like it. 93 there. And Nick Shift is really one of those diecasts that was done really dirty. Because in the movie, it's like this really nice metallic-y blue, but on the diecast, it's like really drowned out. A lot of the 2021 newbies are like this. They're all like really wacky colours compared to the movie. Like Jim Reverick. Actually, I think Jim Reverick's quite accurate. He's the most accurate out of the bunch, besides the blue being like metallic-y for some reason. Then Will Rush, yeah, he's like this dark purple, and it's supposed to be a lighter purple, and it's consistent all around. And then you have like McFast Fong, he's supposed to be dark green, and then he's like this really weird light green. It's really odd. But yeah, that's Ernie. I really like this version of him. Definitely the best Spearmint Racer by far. One of my favourite cars for stock cars, to be honest. A really great release to have in my collection, and I'm very grateful for the seller for doing that bundle. Anyway, guys, that'll be all for this review. See you guys next time. Bye now.